vocabulary list number 17 is classroom signs. So we will start with erase. There are actually two signs for erase because erasing a board looks different from erasing a paper. So to erase a board, you want just an A hand shape and you erase. To erase on paper, you first need your paper. So dominant, non-dominant hand with just a flat hand shape that you can look at, palm facing you. And then you want kind of an X hand shape. And with that knuckle right there, you're going to erase, erase. So we have erase a board, erase a paper. To hand out or pass out papers in the classroom or whatever, pass out the test. You want two squished O hand shapes with your palms facing up. Remember, kind of like give, it's kind of the same idea, only you open when you do the movement. I'm going to pass these out. To write, again, you need your paper. That's going to be your non-dominant hand, flat hand shape, palm facing you. Your dominant hand will be like it's holding a pen, right? And then you write. So the movement on this one is, what is that? Your palm to your fingers, right, right. Paper, flat, two flat hand shapes. On your non-dominant hand, your palm will be facing you. Your dominant hand, your palm will be facing down. Your palms are gonna hit each other, but in a specific direction, okay? So your dominant hand will brush toward your elbow. Okay, so that's paper. Study, non-dominant hand is going to be what you're studying. So a flat hand shape there, palm facing you. Study is a 5 hand shape with wiggling fingers, okay? The wiggling fingers are going to go back and forth at that thing you're studying, okay? Study. Let's see, test. So test is cool, I think, because it comes from question, you know, ask, kind of that same kind of movement. So test, it's like an X and a 1, X and a 1, okay? So that's test, or it can be signed this way. Either way. Right. This is R-I-G-H-T, and it's not like right versus left. This is right meaning correct or accurate, whatever, right? So it's 2 one-hand shapes, palms facing each other, then put your dominant hand on the top and come down, okay? So here it is. Right, correct. Wrong, or like an error, is a wide hand shape that comes up to your chin. Wrong. Remember, palm facing you, get all those parameters correct. Right hand shape, right palm orientation, right location, right movement, okay? Wrong. Important is 2 F hand shapes. You start in negative space with your shoulders and elbows relaxed, with your palms facing each other, thumbs touching. Okay, so you start here. Then you come up and around and touch again. Okay, so that's important. Page, like a page in a book. You'll start with a flat hand shape on your non-dominant hand, palm facing up. Your dominant hand will be just thumb sticking out, and it reminds me a lot of, like, you know, to turn page, only I guess you do that mostly with your finger, but anyway. So think of it that way, but your thumb sticks out on your dominant hand, and then you go backwards, kind of like you did for paper. The motion is backwards, okay? So that's page, page. sit, you want a U or an H handshake with your palm facing down on your non-dominant hand. Your dominant hand will be the same, only bent, and palm facing down again. So it just comes down one time, sit, okay? Sit. This is iconic. You can kind of see it, right? There's the whatever you're sitting on, chair, couch, bench, whatever, and your little legs curved over, sitting. Sit. Stand up. So this is as if you were sitting and then you get up, like to stand up. So you're going to need the ground. So flat hand shape, palm facing up on your non-dominant hand. Your dominant hand will be a V hand shape. You're going to start kind of looking at your palm, all right? That way. Your dominant hand will do the moving. It does that every time. Stand up. Stand up. Now, if you want to just say stand, you can just stand. You also don't have to have that supporting hand. I'm just standing here. Jump. You could probably figure this out if you think about it. If you start this way, what would jump be? So that's jump. Water. Water is a W hand shape, and your first finger is going to touch your chin. That's the movement, little bouncing. Water. A water fountain can sometimes just be referred to as water, but I've seen specifically water fountain, you know, like you push the little button and the water shoots out, water fountain. Or I've also seen water fountain. So it's like an LX combination hand shape, and it's like you're turning the little knob to make the water go, water fountain. Okay, the last sign in this vocabulary list is to correct or to grade. There are two ways to do this. The one in the Master ASL book is this one. Palm toward you with a flat hand shape on your non-dominant hand. Your dominant hand will be a number 1, and then you just draw an X. Okay, this technically means to criticize. So some teachers don't like using that to correct or to grade something. Some teachers don't like using that. So some teachers use instead, start the same way, only instead of doing the X, you just do a check mark, which means I'm going to check it. I'm not going to, criticize. I'm going to just check it. So that could mean to correct or to grade. So, or either one. I will probably use this one. So that's vocabulary list 17.